Hey guys, Nick here with another Synaptic Sound FL Studio tutorial, and today I'm going to be showing you how to randomize the velocity of your instruments in the piano roll. Now, velocity randomization is a technique that we can use to add subtle variation in the velocity of each individual note or hit when you're using the piano roll or in the step sequencer here. And velocity is basically the volume of each individual note. So in essence, we're adding a subtle variation to the volume of each individual note as opposed to having them all being played at the same volume. Now, the reason we want to do this is to make it sound a little bit more realistic. Now, if you think about a live performance, somebody who's playing the drums, they're not going to be hitting the hi-hat or the snare with the same exact force every time, and that's going to change the volume slightly between notes or between hits. And the same is true for piano and guitar and any other instrument that has a live performer playing. So we'll take a look at the velocity of this hi-hat right here. You can go in and click this button here and then click the gray area next to the sample name to open the piano roll. We can see each hi-hat being triggered on every step, and below you can see the velocity data for each one of those, and you can see by default that it's flat. They're all at the same velocity. So the randomization tool is going to add a subtle variation to each one of those and make it sound a little bit more realistic. So we'll go ahead and get started. Just hit Alt-R, brings up the randomizer tool. And by default, you may have this pattern, the pattern randomizer checked. You want to turn that off. We're not going to use that today. And just make sure levels is checked. So we can see here, this knob is controlling the randomization of the velocity. Now, there are a couple other options here. So Bipolar, this chooses whether or not your randomization will deviate in the positive and negative direction, so up and down, or just up and just down. So I'll demonstrate what that looks like. So with Bipolar checked, turn the velocity up. You can see some are moving down and some are moving up. Now we'll turn Bipolar off. Now we can see they're either only moving up or only moving down. So that's what that button does there. You can also change the algorithm seed. And what this does is basically changes the arrangement. And if you don't like the way one of them sounds, you can just scroll through these and basically choose which one you'd like. So I'll give you a listen to what it sounds like without randomization and with randomization. So we'll reset it. And this is what it sounds like now. And now we will add randomization. Let's see what it sounds like. So we can see it's a very subtle effect, but I'm a firm believer that It's the sum of the very small and fine details in your productions that make them stand out from the crowd. So that's a velocity randomization in a nutshell. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and can check out the Synaptic Sound website linked in the description below. We have the written version of this tutorial, as well as a bunch of other FL Studio tutorials, music production tips, and product reviews, things of that nature. So that wraps it up for today, and we'll see you next time.